The John Langalibalele Institute is hosting a virtual Fourth Industrial Revolution conference in Midrand. On that note, let's take you live there now.
On the fly, in an agile way, where you create current course content, collaborating and also with other educators, making sure that the design of the curriculum and also the planning phase is really making examples that are South African based that the students can relate to. This then would yield startups and will yield startups and opportunities of employable graduates who have 4IR skills. Those then who don't want to be employable, then they have an opportunity of creating products and solutions that could be taken to market as startups. Then the educators have an opportunity of using 24/7 online tutors, online assessments, chatbots, and resource development. As we had said, there are criticisms that come with 4IR. First, people are thinking automation, artificial intelligence. By nature, the artificial intelligence architecture is quite expensive. How do we then apply AI and such self-driving cars in Mkhangiso while we're dealing with bread and butter issues? So how do we then make sure that the criticisms of 4IR are taken to the fore while people are thinking these robots are going to take our jobs? How are we then reskill those people and make sure people don't lose jobs, but we repurpose them and we reskill them? Where we can start using 4IR with people, so the robots and the people start working together in a concept called cobotics, where in the mining sector you have people who are dying and they inhale chemicals and minerals that are not fit for their health. Why don't we use robots there so that if something catastrophic happens in the mine, then can kill the robot and we can just rest in peace robot while our people's lives are saved. So we have an opportunity to then repurpose the things that matter, like where we are saving our lives and saving our South African lives and repurposing the digital era of the third industrial revolution and the fourth industrial revolution with the human at the center of it. The issue of ICT infrastructure becomes key. Connectivity has to be for everyone. In marginalized rural and villages, we're making sure that we can come with South African-owned fiber optic network. We have the likes of Ms. Nom Sokana, who has created a proudly South African fiber optic plant. Why aren't we using it? She's more popular out of the country than within the country. Why can't we start using community-based networks and communication satellite that are proudly South African or SADC owned? We have an opportunity of actually contextualizing all these assets for the benefit of South Africa. We also have a very important digital devices for the teachers, for the students, for the institutions as well. We can start using interactive whiteboards to make sure that there's collaboration that's happening real time. Using cloud-based tools and applications, those applications can be developed in open source, South African designers, and actually commercialized within our space. We have an opportunity of using MOOCs, and these are the massive open online courses to accredit the educator to get professional learning and curriculum design, and therefore promoting EdTech and promoting mobile academic and learning analytics. Big data analytics becomes key. How do you make sure that we use the insights that we get from our data to unlock the power of data for the educator and for the learner and for the curriculum? We can create customized curriculum, we can improve student performance, we can learn from student results and prevent dropout rates for social justice, making sure that no one truly gets left behind. Make sure that the student is not left behind, the educator is not left behind, and the leaders are not left behind. How do we monitor then formative assessments? We use learning analytics where we have background information of students, where they come from, the marginalized areas where they come from. We then do knowledge analysis, and then we give meaningful feedback to students using this, making sure that there's zone proximal development, doing weekly feedback, digital, using social media to speak to the students, making sure the learning standards are adhered to, and the target is to make sure that they are performing levels and learning retention in the process. there are challenges again with these learning analytics. The issue of data accuracy, the ethical part becomes key. How do we turn video, audio, text, all big data and data literacy becomes an issue? Can everyone predict and use predictive analytics for accuracy? This becomes a challenge as well, because it's a scarce resource and it's a scarce skill. Then mobile analytics, we have more phones than humans in the country. People are walking around with 4 or 5 devices looking up to them. How do we then take mobile analytics and innovation and use it in our curriculum development from student point of view and also from the educator point of view? Digital literacy skills are important for reskilling and for job retention from an education point of view. Then you can, work integrated learning becomes key. Why can't we just learn on the job and just-in-time learning? That also becomes important for students and educators, because sometimes you find that some educators are theorists. You find that the students actually have implemented and done more innovation than the educator. So it's important that maybe during school holidays, the educators and the students can go and serve in SMMEs to get work integrated learning so that they can get on-the-job training. You can reach out to organizations such as PBICT, which have more than 3,000 SMMEs, where the educators and the students can get on-the-job training with innovation and 4IR skills. One of the things that we are busy embarking on with the CSIR is geocoding and geomapping for marginalized students. This is connectivity for students in the rural areas or in areas where there's no known connectivity. Then we use this geocoding and geomapping to ensure that there's analytics. A student can, where there's no connectivity, can go to the nearest center where there's a library or there's a point of connectivity to ensure that those students can be connected in the interim. We have an opportunity of improving policies and funding for teachers. Those policies have to have the heart of the lecturer at the heart. The educators are usually not taken into account. Our programming and also our coding, for example, C++, we can start using indigenous languages. Instead of doing Hello World program, you can say Molo Mhlaba or Dumelang Lefatsing, and also include our languages that are known instead of just sticking with one language. In closing, I would say to the educators and also the lecturers, you can reach out to other 360 Quadrants, which is an online platform for recurriculating on the fly. Reach out to the likes of Sanren and the likes of Heltasa. You're never alone. So be in a community, and also the soft skills become key. The issues of personal development, human capital, your family, spiritual intelligence, and meditation become key in this era. Confidence and patience have been known to be a 4IR skill. Softer skills are also necessary for the 4IR progression. I would close off to say, I would suggest and recommend that you consider the smart curriculum on the fly. Everybody recurriculates, the educators, the students, the sectors, the industry, the SMMEs, the large companies, so that our curriculum produces people who are employable and also who can start their own business and start employing other people. We thank you.
Thank you, Doc, for that insightful input on curriculating. There's a lot of engagement that we need to take going forward. I wanted to raise here the importance of the broadness of the pool of experts that we brought in as presenters here, and actually to raise the fact that we'll also notice the strength that has been pulled in of ensuring a collaboration between the sector as well as the sitters as well. I will therefore be calling on Mrs. Mapifo Ano Frempong on the issue of how do we reconceptualize the South African education model. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I'm here to present the Transport Education and Training Authority's strategy which not only focuses on the TVETs, but focuses on high schools together with the industry. Our strategy intends to really put the TVETs on the map and come up with a future-fit solution that takes into cognizance a variety of things. Our strategy is located within the National Skills Development Plan. It is a longer-term plan, and the intention is ultimately to bring out of the TVET colleges, the schools, and most probably even the universities, students that are capable and that are skilled and that are work-ready to work in the industry. Out of the 8 outcomes, the project and the initiatives that I'm going to address focuses on the 6
In partnership with the John Langalibalele Institute, we are bringing you live visuals from the 4th Industrial Revolution Conference, which is currently taking place in Midrand. Of course, it is being held virtually, where various speakers are chatting about the different sectors impacted by this phenomenon.